Hi there. I am coming at you this time with some tips to raise your reading grade. So, a few kids have asked me how they can get their reading grade up to the A world. And I wanted to make this quick video to kind of give you some tips. So, the first thing that I always recommend you all doing is doing your assigned work during the actual reading block. So from 10:15 to about 11:30, your brain should be all reading all the time. That way, if you get stuck or have any issues or confusing moments, you can just come back to the team meeting and I'm right there to help, which there's no guarantee I could always help during other times. Tip two, you should do the ed puzzles until you get a good grade. Even if we're at the very beginning of the week and you're starting a new skill or a new strategy, those ed puzzles count towards your grade. So your goal is always to get all greens, no matter what. And it's easy to do that because you can rewatch the part of the video that gave you the answer. Or if you get a bad grade on the entire ed puzzle, you can just send me a Canvas inbox or come to the meeting and ask me to reset that ed puzzle and you can just try it again. But the more you do it and then get that information and have those little light bulbs go off, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So if it takes you one more try, I think it's worth it. Tip three is that you read all of the text in the Reading Street story or the article. So most of the time I'll add a video where I'm reading, but that's only going to be really effective if you're actually reading the text as you're listening. If you're just listening to it, you're not going to get as much of the information. And it is, after all, reading class, so we should be practicing the actual skill of reading with our eyes. So I need you to take that minute to get that Reading Street book out or open the Cami first before you start the recording so that you're really getting as much information as you can. Because also the text is where we find all of the answers. So your Cami questions are going to be way easier if you actually read. Tip four is to completely answer all the questions. I need you guys to read a little more carefully because sometimes there'll be two questions together, or it's a why question and you answer how. We need to be as precise as possible. I know that's something we think of more in math than in reading, but precision is important in reading too. So I want you all to be really careful readers when you're reading your directions and your questions. And then the other part of completely answering all the questions is answering with a complete sentence. It should just be starting to be, second nature, that when you write a sentence, you start that sentence with a capital and you end it with some punctuation. Because the sooner you all do that consistently, the sooner you can just stop hearing me nag you about it. I won't have to anymore. And that would be wonderful for you and for me. So complete sentences that completely answer the question that you're asked. The last tip to raise your grade is to do your daily seesaw writing and your dear reading. So these two things are so important and they're part of your daily routine. I will always try to find creative, kind of fun seesaw writing activities, but your participation is necessary. And I need you to make that effort unless we're doing the Friday funny one. If that one I just expect one sentence. If you want to go above and beyond and give me a whole story, I love it. But you're never required to do more than one sentence on the funny animal memes. Now, everything else, anything Monday through Thursday, I expect at least 3 to 5 sentences, if not more. I mean, you guys are fifth graders now. You should be getting these sentences out. I should see variety. I should see simple, compound, and complex sentences, again, that start with capitals, that end with punctuation. And I look and see which kids are making the effort and which ones are just sort of not even following the directions or giving me one or two sentences and there's all these errors. That's not how you get a great grade. So when I start seeing that effort, that grade starts going up. It's the same with Dear Time. You getting to select a book and read for at least 30 minutes should be one of your favorite activities during the day. If it's not, tell me, and I will recommend some amazing books for you on Epic if we need to, because I know not everybody has those awesome new books in their house, but you have access to my library in the classroom, which is pretty good, or Epic, or, I can make recommendations to your grown-ups too. So this should be a time that you really enjoy. But I also need you to remember to do your Dear form because that's part of your grade too. So even if you're reading every single day, I don't know unless you're filling out your Dear form. So make sure you're filling that out and make sure you're doing your seesaw every day. And if you follow all the other tips too, you will have an A in reading in no time flat. All right. I hope you enjoyed these tips and I will see you soon. Bye.